What was that? Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the Alter Ego Report. I'm Jon Griffin. Lynn's not here because she didn't see this movie, but I just got back from seeing Mother, the latest directorial masterpiece from Darren Aronofsky. Aronofsky is one of those directors that's visually quite impressive. He always has a complete, clear focus on what his movies are about. Darren Aronofsky is known as one of the great visionary filmmakers of our time. He's made movies that are some of my favorites, like Requiem for a Dream, Pi is a very good movie. All strange, all weird movies, and he continues that on in Mother. Mother essentially focuses on two characters, Javier Bardem and Jennifer Lawrence, who we don't really get their names. I believe his name is in the credits is him, and she's just known as Mother. Javier Bardem plays a poet who has writer's block. So essentially he's kind of cooped up in this big house, which at some point was burned down. Jennifer Lawrence plays his much younger wife, and she is essentially fixing the house up, room by room, repairing it, fixing it. So they're trying to build this life together. And one day a character shows up, played by Ed Harris, and who turns out to be a big fan of Javier Bardem and his poetry. Then his wife shows up, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, and she's a psychopath. Then their two kids show up, and then more people show up. There's a little bit of violence, and more people show up. And every time you see Jennifer Lawrence's psyche kind of start to crack just a little bit, you see things that you're damn well sure are in her head. And there are things that go on like where you're very much in the dark as to what's real, what's happening, until it completely devolves into just utter madness in this last 30 minutes where you know none of this is real, but it is visceral, it is violent, it is weird, and it's hard to watch. I think I get it. I think I get the premise of Mother, but the overall story is open to interpretation. I know what I took away from it is probably going to be different from what you or anybody else may take away from it. Even though this movie can mean different things to different people, and in fact, there's a scene in this movie where a crowd of people who are fans of Javier Bardem's poetry come up to him and tell them how much the poetry has changed their life, and that they feel like the poetry is meant for you. And he tells them that it is meant for you, and it is meant for the next person. So I feel like in that way, the movie is going to mean different things to the viewer. Whether you think this movie is purely about Javier Bardem's character's ego, whether it's about Jennifer Lawrence's neglected and isolated life in this place with this very popular poet, whether she thinks that she can handle it. I kind of went the straight up spousal abuse way, and then it kind of flipped a little bit more in the end where I took a little something else different from it. Again, there's a lot going on here, but when it's all said and done, it's just too disturbing for me to watch. There's some scenes in this movie that are gonna be hard to shake, and I'm gonna try my best to forget that I saw this movie. It is one of those movies that I am quite surprised made it to theaters. It is out there. I know this movie's not for everybody, and I'm in that not for everybody category. Visually, it's very well directed. The camera work is dizzying. The way we see this story unfolding through the eyes of Jennifer Lawrence is impressive filmmaking. But at the end of it, I'm more disturbed than I am confused or impressed by the storytelling itself. I actually heard a commercial for it on the radio on the way home where it says, "This is one of those movies that you will never forget." And that might be the case, but I sure as hell am gonna try. I'm giving Mother 2.5 stars for its technical prowess and vision of the director. The rest of it, it's just too much by the end of the movie, and I was out. 2.5 stars for Mother. Thanks, guys. So, guys, let me know what you thought about Mother. I would love to know your take on it, what you thought the movie was about. Love to have a conversation about it. So leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.